Right, here we go, getting ready to flow and go. So for today's class, I hadn't factored in any props, but if you want to have any props, maybe you like to have a block nearby or you use padding for knees, have that nearby so you have that to use. For now, start seated and upright. So in this shorter class format, we really like to get things going pretty quickly. So close your eyes, switch on deep breathing, and make that step into a higher quality of attention, like really quick. So especially if you know you're fidgety and flighty, get really into that steady focused breath. Inhaling for 5, exhaling for 6, and getting that whisper quality sound to your breath. As always with class, it's down to your discernment to work out what's going to feel really good to do today. So as you're moving today and as you're picking your choices, I want you to ask internally, what is going to feel good? Or does this feel good? And maybe you are modifying and changing the poses in accordance to that. And it can be really tempting in group class settings, but even doing a class virtually, to feel like you need to do the first thing that is shown, almost as if it is like the perfect thing and any variation of it is imperfect or lesser, but actually they can be more relevant. So choose sensibly. And intermediates, if you know you're not working with any injuries or anything like that, maybe you're doing the other variations for the sake of exploration of new territory. Take your hands out to the side so the fingertips are on the ground. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms out, bringing the arms up, palms are facing one another. Exhale, turn the palms away and reach the arms out. So starting a little bit of wrist and shoulder warm up. Inhale, reach the arms out, palms facing one another. Exhale, reach the arms out, spreading the fingers wide. Inhale, reach the arms out, bring the arms up. This time, exhale, bring the arms down in front and walk into a little bit of a cross-legged forward bend. So however much that is for now, back sensitive, focus on scooping your chest forwards and up, very slightly tucking the chin. So less about rounding your back, more about creating a sense of space. Maintain that connection to Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, bring yourself up, change the cross in your legs, take your hands forwards and have your hands in little curled up claws, so your fingernails are hooked right behind your thumb, and then flick out so the hands are spreading, and then keep doing that so you hear that sound of fingernails going past your thumb, so you're building up into your wrist extensors. Now make sure the hand is getting as wide as possible as you do that, and then start to pick up the pace. Arms are straight. Notice if deep breathing has stopped. So building in a little bit of this awareness into forearms and wrists. Keep going for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, clasp your hands. Bring your elbows, forearms, and palms together and begin to roll the wrists around. So you're making like an infinity loop with your hands, but aiming to keep your elbows and your forearms touching one another. Then reverse that, it will feel a little bit odd. So you might be getting all the creaks out of those wrists, hopefully. All right, come onto all fours. Those of you that are a bit more wrist sensitive, if you sit the weight a little further back into your legs, there's going to be less weight going through your hands. Alternatively, working with the shoulders more above the wrists. Now here you're working from your shoulders, so aim to lift between your shoulder blades first. Take a wee bend in the elbows, so the elbows are pointing out to the side. And then wrap the elbows so they point back towards the knees. So you're moving your forearms. All right, now working the arms straighter, just begin to rotate your arms in and back. So you're beginning to warm up all the muscles that we're using to create that wrapped shoulder feel. Warming up your rotators, but also you will see that the bones in the forearm are moving a little bit as well. So you're starting to warm up through the ulna and the radius. or at least get them moving a wee bit. Take your hands out to the side. Actively spread the hands. I've taken my hands wide enough that only the heel of the hand is on the yoga mat. Grip the floor with your fingertips. Base of the fingers are down, and then shift the weight from side to side. Now there isn't an inhale, exhale cue here, but your aim is to breathe steadily while you do this shift. Now you can start taking this into the chest and the back a little bit more by twisting a little bit into the upper back. You can do this with the shoulder blades squeezing the entire time. That will reduce your movement range. You can do this in a protracted place where you are lifting between your shoulder blades the entire time. Just feeling for being lifted and spacious. Bring the hands back into center. The hands are turning outwards but turning backwards. So obviously if you were sitting back on your hips, bring yourself forwards a little bit, turning both hands back. Grip the floor. Soften the elbows so they're not locked out, and then begin to shift your hips back. Head stays lifted, switch deep breathing on. So it can be a bit gnarly in the wrists. In the shoulders, lift between the shoulder blades, so looking for that protracted place rather than collapsed place. We're starting to fire up your back muscles, but hopefully also a little bit of core action too. Inhale, turn the hands back in. Bring the big toes together and take the knees wide and set your hips back towards your heels. You're just exploring what child's pose will feel like. Take your left hand forwards, turn the palm to face up, and the left middle finger is turned inwards. Your right hand is going to stack over the left, so I've got my thumb pad to thumb pad, and then lean the hips back. So aiming to keep the left thumb on the ground. Neck can relax down, but it's probably not going to be on the floor. So again, doing the similar rinse where the forearm bones are meeting your hand. Inhale, come forwards, changing hands. Right palm faces up, middle finger is pointing to about a 9 o'clock. Exhale, press the hips back. So using that thumb to help press down. And obviously, it's not necessarily a flexibility thing. If you haven't got your hips back, it might be your hand needs to come further back, or you took it a wee bit further forwards when we started out. Inhale, come back forwards. Now, sticking with that tabletop child's pose position, some of you will do this via downward facing dog. Right palm is going down. Take your left arm underneath your right. Now this isn't going to be thread the needle, it's a different beastie. So come down onto your right elbow. That left hand is going to try to grab your right shoulder. Now, if you can walk your fingers around towards the shoulder blade, that'll work even better. So if you turn your chest down and lean into it, you might be able to grab a hold of the inside edge of the shoulder blade. Then twist that all over to the left. So it's creating like an automatic wrap in your shoulder. And this might be a child's pose moment for you. Wrist sensitive, I want you to stay with that. Alternatively, lift into downward facing dog with that wrapped shoulder, aiming to get the left and right ribs level to one another. It might feel a bit early for that. If you did down dog, set your knees down. Left hand is going down, threading the right arm underneath the left, bringing the left side of the ribs down so that you can get a hold with that right hand and get a hold of the shoulder blade. So you're grabbing a hold. If you've moisturized back there, it's going to be difficult. Lift the right elbow, send it over to the right, so you're feeling your shoulder blade is wrapping around, underarm muscles are firing up, and maybe you're here, leaning back, getting the shoulder stretch. Alternatively, tucking the toes, working that same pull to assist in the wrap in downward facing dog. If that's too much for the wrist just now, then sweat it. Right, down dogs, set the knees down, come back onto all fours. A little bit of cat arches. If you want a little bit more through your wrists, turn the hands back so you can work a second round of that. Elbows are soft though. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, so you're moving through your pelvis, sending the mid back up, letting the head rest downwards. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, so this time the pelvis is tipping forwards. Abdomen is lowering down, shoulder blades are squeezing back, head is lifting. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back. Inhale, tilt the pelvis the other way, scooping your chest forward, sit bones lifting, elbows pliable. Exhale, tuck tailbone down. Inhale, come back into a neutral spine. Cross the ankles and make your way towards seated. Now the hands are going to be behind you. If you feel like as soon as you do this, whether the hands are pointing to the side, back or forwards, you can do this on the elbows. I feel like the arm is in a similar position, but it always feels when you're on the elbows a wee bit more claustrophobic. So to see how this works, I'm going to show you first. So if you're doing elbows, you're working a reverse forearm plank. If you are not doing that, then you're working a reverse plank with your hands down, but the fingers can point any direction other than inwards, because inwards would be terrible. Okay, choices, elbows or hands. Now, obviously flow class, those of you working with any injured wrists, this class is quite wrist intensive. I would choose the sparing option, which would be down on the elbows. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press the soles of the feet towards the ground, lift the hips. If you're dropped in your shoulders, draw your shoulder blades back and lean the head back. Now, this isn't where the fun is stopping today. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the left knee up. Inhale, reach it down. Exhale, lift the right knee up. Inhale, set it down. So it's reverse mountain climbers. Exhale, left knee lifts. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee lifts. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right. Inhale, reach. Lower the hips down. Now, some of you will continue to use hands behind you. If you're on elbows, you can come up from there. Bring the legs in a little bit. Either take the hands onto the back of the knees or use your hands behind you for support and lift the shins up towards parallel to the ground. Instead of allowing your lower back to buckle, lift up through your lower spine, but you're not up on the sit bones. Perhaps taking the arms forwards. So low back sensitive, this might be a good shout for you, or hands down, so you're working this static, still engaging your abdominals, or you work the dynamic variant. Inhale, leaning back, still in the same part of the pelvis, legs are reaching straight, but you're not put the lower back down. Exhale, tuck to lift. Inhale, open out. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck. Two more. Inhale, open out. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck. Now, this time, whether you're doing the static or not, you're going to be coming down onto your back. So maybe you open up through one more boat and set the feet down, getting ready for bridge. During bridge, you'll be working these with articulations rolling up and down. Start with the feet underneath your knees, ideally close enough that you can touch them, and then draw your shoulders down away from your ears, palms face up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl pelvis up, lifting up through pelvis, low back, mid back, moving into the mid back. Exhale, lowering down. So rolling down through your shoulders, mid back, lower back, and then pelvis. Inhale, roll up. So feeling for that articulation, especially if there's anywhere that you might feel like you're missing contact with the floor. Exhaling to roll down. Do 3 more like that. Take your time. So maybe you're really slowing the breath down so you can work into some of those maybe tighter or less mobile areas. Next time your hips come down, bring the knees into your chest, getting ready for ninja twist. Arms come straight out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, send both knees over to the right. So this might be the build that you're working with. Both knees are going over. If you need something between the shins, put a block in between your shin bones. If you're interested in moving this a little bit further, start by taking your right leg, so the one closest to the ground, towards the front of the mat. Left arm is coming down to take a hold of that, so you're working a bit of a heel to butt. right hand can assist the left leg to stay in the twist, potentially even straightening out the left leg to get a little bit extra out of this. So I find the bent leg option still works really well. Inhale, release the legs, bring the knees back through center. Exhale, send both knees over to the left. So you can stick with this, laying down spinal twist. Or left leg can reach towards the front of the mat, thinking heel to butt, and grabbing a hold of that foot. So right hand reaching down to grab a hold. Left hand is assisting to bring the right knee towards the ground, potentially working that leg straighter and grabbing hold of the leg as you draw it down towards the floor. Now that left leg, release it. Inhale, bring the knees back through center. Take the knees so they are wider than your hips, and then clasp your hands behind your head. Curl your head and shoulders up. So with the knees wide, rotate the feet out. Inhale, tap your feet to the floor without allowing your pelvis to spill forward. So you want to feel pelvis is in the same place. Exhale, bring your knees into your armpits. Inhale, tap the feet down. Exhale, knees to underarms. Inhale, legs go forwards. Exhale, bring the legs in. Inhale, forwards, head and shoulders up. Exhale, bring the legs in. Now pause. In this place, take the arms to the inside of the legs, hold the outside of the feet for dead bow, and then lay the head down. I have been enjoying working this as an abdominal, but also as a flexion. So if you push your pelvis down and then curl your head and shoulders up, you can use your arms to pull your chest up away from the floor. So you're getting that abdominal contraction, but you're not rounding your lower back. Pelvis is down. Take another deep breath here. Exhale, release your head down. Bring the knees in together and hold maybe the hands, the shins, the elbows, wherever you can actively get a hold of. Now in this compression position, push your pelvis towards the mat and then curl your head and shoulders up. Take the hands to the outside, hold the outsides of your feet and push with your feet. So maybe you're getting a little extra lift. Now from this place, head and shoulders are staying up. Let go of the feet, send the feet towards the front of the mat, but lean the head back long. So you're in this really long hollow body. Draw down through your low ribs and abdomen. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck. So you might need to use your hands. Cross the ankles and roll to all fours. So we're back to that place. Sit your hips back towards your heels, knee sensitive, just don't go as far. I've got my toes tucked, but personal preference presides. Maybe you've got the toes uncurled. Set the left hand down. So the left palm is flat, right hand is alongside. Inhale, open the right arm out to the right and turn your chest without allowing the arm to sort of hinge back. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, open out to the side. Exhale, come down. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Right hand goes down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring that arm down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Take your hands forward. So you want to go at least until your chest is pretty much parallel to the ground. So this is like a mini chaturanga. Inhale forward, so I'm pushing off with my toes. Elbows are bending. Elbows are above the wrists and lowering down to the abdomen. So that one was teeny tiny. Now with the hands, elbows are above the wrist. Inhale to bring your shoulder blades up. Roll them back and pull with the hands. Turn your kneecaps in towards each other and tuck your tailbone. Inhale, lift the legs. Lift the hands up as well. So you get this like super active cobra shape. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, shift forwards into plank, perhaps working with knees down. Exhale, bend the elbows. Hover cobra. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the hands, tuck your tailbone towards your heels, legs are straight. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Have a look towards the front of the mat. Now, I want you to really embody 100% SAS, like you're in your highest pair of high heels, they go all the way up to your thighs, they're studded with diamantes, so lift those tiptoes, legs are straight, and begin to saunter your feet towards your hands, as much as is doable, before you then have to put your feet flat and potentially bend your legs. Have the feet about hip distance, relax down over your legs, and then grab a hold of opposite biceps so you can hang down without really having to worry about your arms. As you breathe here, make sure you feel a contact between ribs and thighs so that when you breathe to expand the abdomen, you feel a response in the lower back, hopefully one of softening as the lower back lets go a little bit. Inhale, release the hands down. Shift the weight towards your heels and bend the legs so they're parallel to the floor. Inhale, look forwards. You should look like a really enthusiastic meerkat. Take the arms out to the sides, squeeze your shoulder blades back, and then engage just enough that your ribs come off of the thighs. Work the thighs towards each other, but stick your butt out. Inhale, push through your feet, stand. Exhale, bring your hands together at chest. So we're moving through Surya Namaskar. If when you're doing this, you're trying to take chaturangas out of your practice, then I recommend instead of doing chaturanga down to cobra, you can do child's pose instead of chaturanga and then glide forwards into low cobra. That might be a really good shout. And maybe instead of all the down dogs, you can be in tabletop or be in child's pose and then just navigate through the rest of the flow sequences from there. Inhale, bring the arms up, press down into the feet. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen the ribs forwards. Plank or child's pose. Exhale, step back, bend elbows and lower. Hover cobra. Inhale, lift chest, lift legs. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift to your tiptoes. Exhale, begin that saunter to the front of the mat. So I'm really letting my pelvis move from side to side. And then lowering the heels down. Half lift. Inhale, scoop the chest forwards. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, take the arms out to the side. Press through your feet to come up. Exhale, hands together at chest. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, palm press up. Forward bend. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen the ribs forwards. Chaturanga or child's pose. Exhale, step back, bend the elbows and lower. Hover cobra. Inhale, lift chest, lift hands. Reach back through those strong legs. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the tiptoes. Exhale, start to walk the feet forwards. Halfway lift. Inhale, scoop chest forwards. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, arms come out to the side, stand. Exhale, hands together at chest. This time, interlace the fingers, bar the thumb and the index finger. Inhale, reach the arms up, pull the hands towards the back of the mat. Forward bend. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen the ribs forwards. Chaturanga or child's pose. Maybe you're hopping the feet back this time. Bend the elbows and lower. Hover cobra. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Set your knees down. So where your knees are is going to be location number 1. So if like me you're on a mat that you'll be able to see, I've just run my fingernails across and I've created my first little barrier. Halfway between that, I'm going to create another score. So what you're going to be doing is kind of like hopscotch. So you're bending, hopping to this first one, to the second one, back to the first one, and back to your starting location. So you start to get a feel that when you're jumping forwards to do halfway lift, it's not like a jump into the air. I see so much of this, oh my god, and and then in instant death, instead of the jump forwards, which can be really economical and fancy. So, downward facing doggles. Perhaps you've made your little scores on your mat. Have a little move between your hands. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop, hop, and then back and back. Do 2 more of those. So that's forwards and back, forwards and back. Keep it balanced. From there, set your knees down. I love those. Inhale, send your right leg back. Turn the leg out and then actively rotate those toes straight down. Abdomen is pulling away from the ground as you look forwards. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze your right knee towards your right hand. Inhale, send the leg back. Exhale, squeeze the right knee towards your right hand. Inhale, send the leg back. Exhale, squeeze the right knee towards your upper right arm. So I take my leg out to the side a little bit and then step the foot outside the hand. Turn your foot out. I'm taking my hands a wee bit further forward so that as I lower into the lunge, I've got that range to stay high up in the chest. Push through that foot, scoop your chest forwards. Press down into both feet and keep the chest up high for now. So this is actually creating a bit of a back bend to work with. Stronger day, tuck the left toes so you can get a little bit of a scrub forwards and back if you work with the left tootsies tucked. Set the knee down. So at the minute, if your right foot is at 3 o'clock, imagine it's kind of come through this first quarter of a circle out to the side. You're going to move the foot to 2 o'clock, to 1 o'clock, and then to 12 o'clock. So the toes are pointing forwards, the foot is flexing, and then lower into the hips. So it's kind of like, it's like pigeon, but it's also kind of like half of a Badikanasana. Push down into that and scoop your chest forwards. Stronger day, you can lift the left toes up. Still really pushing down through both feet, so it's very spicy. Now the next bit might be more of a flop onto your bum and swing the leg around, which would be flop onto your right hip, swing the left leg around. Alternatively, step your left foot through your hands to sit. That's trickier. So right foot is in. Bring your left leg in towards your chest, being really vigilant about your lower back. If you feel like you are at risk of the lower back collapsing, take a hand behind you. Take a deep breath in, pull with your arms, exhale, extend the legs. You're going to feel like, where is your quadricep willing to extend to? Perhaps hands are coming up. Perhaps hands are holding the foot. If you're using your hands anywhere actually, pull down through your upper arms and lift the chest up. See if you can get up onto your sit bones a little bit more. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that foot down, cross your ankles and take your hands in front of you. So this is not a huge amount of cross-legged forward bend required. Press into your feet, put the hands down and then step back. Set your knees down. Allow the lower back to lengthen a little bit and press into your hands. Inhale, send the left leg back, but turn the toes down, foot flexing. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the left knee towards your upper left arm, but without allowing your mid-back to round. Inhale, lengthen back, wrist sensitive. You can always do that as a fist on the right side if that's the wrist. Exhale, bring the knee in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the knee to the outside, the upper left arm, and then step the foot out. Turn your foot out 45 degrees, hands walk forwards, and then begin to lower into the hips. So we're getting this like cat lunge. In this pose, it's really tempting to drop the right side of the pelvis down to give you a sense that you've gotten really low. Get both the left and right side of the pelvis feeling level, and then scoop your chest forwards. Stronger day, tuck the right toes, but continue feeling for that kind of up dog sensation in the chest. You can use a lever through that right foot to get a little bit of forward and back through the leg if that feels good. Alright, set the right knee down if you had it lifted. So that foot is going to move from its 9 o'clock position, 10, 11, and 12. So you've got the foot pointing straight forwards. And then thinking about the hips lowering as the head lifts, maybe you're tucking the back toes. Push down through the edge of your left foot, so it's quite spicy. Now your aim from here is to step your right leg through, but in order to do that, you need to really think about piking your hips up and then flexing into your hip to get the leg coming through. Otherwise, from a mechanical point of view, it just can't work. So left foot is in. Take a hold of your right thigh initially. In this position, if you feel like you're rounding in the back, you can always use a hand behind you to help maintain a really lifted posture. Exhale, gradually work the leg extension. Perhaps that is feeling like something else for you. Maybe you're holding back of the knee, the calf, the ankle, or the foot. Wherever you are holding, do a downward action through your lats, so it's like a pull down, and lift the skull. Like I always think, like if I was sitting on a wall, I would be imparting wisdom to urchins that are walking past, looking very smug down at them, very Cheshire cat. Alright, now take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bring that leg down, so you're crossing the ankles, hands are going forwards. You can push off of your feet without having the hands down. Sacrum lifts high, and then stepping back. Alright, let's build the B series, so like our flow part. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot through, in between your hands. Bend your right knee a little, and bring yourself up. So we're setting up Crescent Lunge. Bend into the left leg, straighten the right. Inhale, bring the arms up. I'm going to move myself back a little bit. So arms are up, back leg is straightening, chest is lifted. Airplane arms. Exhale, sweep the arms back, chest is pitching forwards, so now shoulders, pelvis, and back leg are more in a line. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the right leg and pop off of that. So you're popping straight up into airplane. Oh, mine has crashed into the curtains. So chest is scooping forwards and up. Apparently I have no sense of buoyancy today. So chest is scooping forwards, shoulder blades are squeezing back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turn your chest to the right. So left arm is reaching down, right arm is reaching up, either for a balancing half moon or working the left hand down. This might be where a well-positioned block could prove useful to you. Now you could bend the left leg and step into Warrior Two. I am a big fan of this right arm circling towards the back of the room and forwards and carrying me up and over into Warrior Two. It serves no real physical function other than the physical need for fabulousness. So bend down into your left leg, and if you have not discovered your own physical need for fabulousness, maybe start there. Maybe it isn't a yoga practice that you need. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach your left arm up and back. Here only momentarily, plank. Exhale, hands go down, stepping the foot back. Bend the elbows, or remember you can do child's pose into cobra. Hover cobra. Inhale, lift chest, lift legs. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Crescent lunge. Exhale, right foot comes through in between the hands. Soften the left knee to come up. Bend into that right leg, working your left leg straighter. Exhale, tuck tailbone down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Airplane arms. Exhale, sweep the arms back as you pitch the chest forwards, very slightly stick your butt out. Inhale, propel forwards. So chest is lifting, shoulder blades are squeezing back, left toes are pointing down. Deep breath in. Half moon. Exhale, reach the right arm downwards. Perhaps you're doing this balancing half moon, maybe the hand is down, or you're using your block for that. Now either working with that left arm to create the swing, Or you can bend the right leg and step back. If you're working the swing, bring the arm down in front of you. So it's coming down towards your right foot. Inhaling to sweep the arm up as you come back, bending into warrior two. Press the feet away from each other, shoulders and shoulder blades down. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach that right arm up and back, lengthening right side ribs. Chaturanga or child's pose. Exhale, hands go down, stepping back, bend the elbows. Hover cobra, cobra or upward dog. If you feel like it's time for up dog, thighs and pelvis are lifted, skull is lifting. Downward facing dog. Look to your hands. Inhale to step or hop your feet to your hands. So if you're doing the hop, hop low, straight into half lift. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, open the arms out to the side, stand up. Exhale, hands together at chest. So this starts with chair. Chair, inhale, bend legs, arms up. Forward bend, exhale. Half lift, inhale, lengthen the ribs forwards. Chaturanga or child's pose. Exhale, step or hop, bend elbows. Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. Maybe you like hover cobra, you can do that. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Crescent lunge. Exhale, step the left foot through. Inhale, bring the arms up. Airplane arms. Exhale, sweep the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale, sweep forwards into airplane. Half moon. Exhale, left arm is down, right arm is up. We're going straight through warrior two into reverse warrior. So right arm is coming down, inhaling to sweep around, left arm lifts. Chaturanga. Exhale. So it kind of bounces forwards and back. Cobra or up dog, or any cobra variant. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg high. High lunge. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Airplane arms. Exhale. Inhale, shift forwards. Half moon. Exhale. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach that right arm up and back. Chaturanga. Exhale, hands down, bend the elbows. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. So we're going to do the latter half of that one more time. Inhale, lift the left leg. High lunge. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Airplane arms. Exhale. Airplane. Inhale, shift forwards, chest lifts. Half moon. Exhale, opening up, so moving slowly. Reverse warrior. Inhale, sweeping with the arms. Chaturanga. Exhale, hands down, step back, bend elbows. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. High lunge. Inhale, lift up, press into your feet. Airplane arms. Exhale. Inhale, pitch forwards. Half moon. Exhale, rotate to the left. Reverse warrior. Inhale, sweep that right arm back. Chaturanga. Exhale, hands down, bend elbows. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Set your knees down. Bring yourself to more of a seated position. Okay, where we're heading. Cross your right foot over the top of your left leg. Lift your chest and then bend the left leg in and hold on to that. So your aim is to get really tall, pulling with your arms. Now your right arm, take it over and see if you can get a hold over the top of the leg, because that creates the basis for this. Now perhaps you'll balance on your butt and extend the left leg. Perhaps you hold on to the calf. Perhaps you hold on to the ankle. Perhaps you hold on to the foot. Chest is listening. So it is a balance pose. You may find you're holding on with something and using the other arm behind to help you get that lifting up action. So see what works better. Obviously the one with the balance support is going to feel better. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend that left leg, setting the foot down, changing sides. Right leg goes forwards. Left foot hooks across, so I got a really strong flex on that foot. Same as we were doing in our hip openers earlier. Bend the legs in, either working here and lifting your chest up. So if you're tight in the hips, this might feel like a totally workable stage. Maybe the left arm comes over the top, so you've got that brace with the forearm. Maybe you're holding a thigh and working leg extension, or perhaps taking the arms up, getting a hold of that foot. If you wish to, take a hand behind you and use that to create some support. Obviously, balance pose, if you're falling over a lot, that's fine. It's kind of part and parcel. Like if you are doing balance poses and you never suspected you would ever fall over, I think you need to work out what balance poses are. And lift your chest up. If your shoulders are up by your ears, draw down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend that, release that down. Now take the feet into an open Badikanasana, but take them a little further away than what you would normally have them at. Grab a hold of them, and then pick them up, so still pretty open, and then clasp the hands around the feet. In this position, push the feet forwards, and begin to lift the feet up. So maybe breastbone level, maybe eye level. I really like doing this class with some little like bum balances in them, so it's like intense core work plus concentration. Now take a deep breath in. Like if you've ever seen the movie Gravity, I want you to imagine you're falling away from George Clooney, slow motion, hyper dramatic music. So you're gonna let go of your feet and really slowly make your way towards Shavasana. Maybe you're already there. Maybe you've just realized that actually it's more Sandra that you were after than George. And then lay down. Once you're down, take any little movements to be more comfortable where you are. And enjoy some stillness after all of that work. Maybe you're taking some wrist circles, so especially this class can be quite demanding on the wrists. So choosing any variations of Shavasana that you wish. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin taking some movement to your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in and reach the arms overhead, getting long from fingers to toes. Exhale, bring one knee in and then the other, and wrap your arms around the legs. Take any small movements here, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, or even like pulsing the knees in towards your chest. Roll to your left. Use your arms to come up towards seated. And choose a comfortable cross-legged. Take any little movements to help you feel a little bit more upright where you are. And then bring your hands together at your chest. Take a very deep breath in. Exhale, bow forwards. Namaste.